Welcome to Stop Wasting Your Wine, a wine review podcast where we waste our wine so you don't have to. On this episode, we have a conversation with
Sherrill Flaum, founder of Sauvy B, a wine apparel store.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. My name is...
Whoa,
What is this voice?
what is that voice?
I was trying to do the thing. You guys made fun of me that one time for doing a different voice when I do the intro, so...
Yeah, but you do a nice ASMR voice. That voice was just like you're sneaking
weird
up
and
behind
creepy.
me.
Yeah, I know.
I
Yeah,
thought you were going to ask me for money.
that one was a lot breathier than what you typically did when the baby was next to you, so it was a lot different. And I will attest that it did make the hairs on the back of my neck stand up.
Yeah.
A little creepy.
Try again. Try again.
Okay.
Yeah,
Lull us
yeah.
into comfort,
Take
not into
it
fear.
from the top. Take it from the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If this is your first time listening, welcome in. If you're
That's much better.
Okay.
This is much
Good.
better.
Yeah.
Good. We like that.
I feel welcome now. Yeah.
Okay.
Before I didn't feel welcome.
Repulsed even.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to go.
All right. We'll go down.
Just uncomfortable. Okay, I won't stop you this time. Go ahead.
Okay. If this is your first time in, welcome to the show. If you're one of our fantastic return listeners, thanks for coming back. My name is Colin, and I am joined by two of the best interviewers that I know, Aaron and Joel. How we doing tonight, gentlemen?
Doing great. I can honestly say 100% of our interviews have been excellent. Every single interview we've done
That's true.
has been an absolute banger.
Let's be honest. Very little of that though is due to the three of us knuckleheads. We've had some.
That's true.
Some pretty great guests.
Yeah, so I mean, it's been excellent. Like that, obviously our conversation with Anthony was incredible. He has accomplished
So
so
good.
much, and I can't wait to see where Fatherhood Wine goes. And now we have another conversation with another entrepreneur. Sherrill was nice enough to come on our show, and we had such an incredible conversation with her about her company, Sauvy B, and her love of wine. I'm just like rethinking my entire life now because we're just meeting all these incredible people who are doing all these amazing things. And I'm like, man, like I just want to do more stuff now because all these people are accomplishing all these great things.
It's really true. I think we are officially 2 for 2 on these conversations. That's for sure. Also, I just am so impressed by just the genuinely cool people that we're getting to meet through this show and through just getting to know more people and just kind of like the wine world, and really just excited to be sharing that with our listeners as well. And you know what? I'm going to go back and I'm going to be not so darn negative. I think we are getting a little better at this whole interview thing. I think we're doing a darn good job. So it's like 87% our guests, 13% us. That's what I'm going to say right now.
I think that's fair.
I mean, if any of them come back, that'll be great. If they don't come back, then maybe we need to reevaluate.
Yeah,
But
That's
you know,
true.
they both seem to really enjoy themselves, which is awesome. And Joe, I really agree. Like, the internet is a really crummy place sometimes. There's a lot of really crappy things happening on the internet. But one thing that I can say has just been surprisingly amazing has been the community of people that we have met since we've started this podcast.
Absolutely.
Like, folks, if you want to find a little more hope in the world, start a low stakes podcast about nothing controversial. And like just get to know some people out there with a shared interest, because every single person we bumped into has just been really awesome. And we've had a couple interviews now that I'm really excited to share, and we have a couple more lined up over the next few months with genuinely awesome people that I am really excited to get to know better as well.
And Aaron, it's not just anybody, but it's wine people. We found a really interesting community of wine people, which if you don't know too much about wine, you might think it's all snobby folks, but there's a really cool group of people out there just trying to enjoy wine, do a little bit of what we're doing, sharing information, getting more people comfortable with wine. So it's been a lot of fun interacting with those folks and learning from them and being able to chat with them.
Yeah, I really think I had like a fear deep down somewhere when we first started this that we were going to get like rejected by like the wine community was going to see me coming and be like, that guy doesn't belong here. But like we have found such a cool group of people who have this similar philosophy of just finding good quality wine at an affordable price and wanting to enjoy wine for what it is and not worry about like numbers or reputation or clubs. It's like, it's just find stuff that you like and talk about it. It's been really cool.
Yeah.
It has been.
Find stuff that you like. Talk about how you're, making good wine, but at the same time too, you're elevating the community too, and just being a part of that. So no, it's been a lot of fun. What do you think? I mean, do we delay any longer, or do we get into our conversation with Sherrill here?
I think we get right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, Sherrill with Sauvy B. We have a very cool guest on this evening. She's been a supporter of the show for as long as I can remember us having supporters. And if you've ever found yourself on Wine Instagram, you've probably come across her amazing wine-inspired clothing line. Welcome to the show, Sherrill Flaum. Sherrill, first of all, did I get your last name correct?
You did, and you're going to make me cry. Colin. That's sweet.
Yeah,
I am a fan through and through.
Well, we appreciate that. You always share our stuff. You always interact with us, and we really appreciate you.
I would also just say that ever since Aaron joined one of our recordings wearing a Sauvy B shirt, I've been a big fan of the brand and the style. So I've been very much looking forward to get to talk to you about that today as well.
Thank you. And Aaron, thank you for not thinking I was a creeper when I reached out and asked if I could just send you a shirt, because this started the whole friendship.
I accept free clothing from anyone at any time. It was the best thing that's ever happened to me. No, it's great. I love it. I gotta be honest, I was so excited about this episode. I was like wearing a hoodie and I was sitting down and I had like a panic attack 5 minutes before the episode. I was like, I need my Sauvy B shirt.
You do.
What am I? I ran up the stairs. I probably woke up both my kids. I was like ripping, my clean clothes apart because I had just worn this the other day. So thank you. I love the shirt.
And Joel, it's on us that we haven't bought Sauvy B shirts yet. What are we doing having Sauvy B shirts?
Get together.
Really, we're tripping here.
There is some new cool stuff out. I'm trying to go. This was like the one I'm wearing now, just like what you're wearing, Aaron. It's very like retro 70s vibe. I always kind of say I was born in the wrong generation. I'm like a classic rock chick, but the 90s are back. I was alive during the 90s as well. So I'm trying to do some pop-in designs with like that teal that you see on Sauvy B labels and some neon pinks. So peruse the site. Let me know what you like, guys. I'll send you some shirts.
I had the research department go on SauvybBshop.com and they're looking at it right now, and there's some really good stuff on there. So
love it. Also follow me at _SauveyB_ on Instagram.
Oh, absolutely.
I have to say, Sherrill, I know we're going to get into this, but like the speed at which you create new designs is baffling to me. Every time I open up your Instagram, I'm like, why are there 8 new designs? This is amazing. And then there's like hoodies and like all this stuff, and you have all these like beautiful people on your Instagram like modeling this stuff. Like, are these just people you know?
It's a combination of people I know and a cool AI site that I've been using to put together some stuff.
Love it.
Oh, that's awesome.
AI.
People have to fit the vibe. If they don't, they're out.
Yeah.
So I've got the Sauvy B squad up on the page. I need to add some more stuff to that. So I always share if people are posting. I love doing that. It's like a cool little network that we have together. And I'm very lucky. My friends, my colleagues, everybody's very supportive of the brand. And around the holidays, tons of red wine weather sweatshirts purchased. That was a big one for us.
Nice.
Very cool.
I try to keep up with the trends through reading research and just, looking all over Instagram all the time and seeing what's happening. So anytime something new is popping, I'm trying to get in there and make a shirt.
Love it. Love it.
And we will get back into Sauvy B in a little bit here. But Sherrill, if you could introduce yourself to the listeners and share a bit about your personal journey into the wild and wacky world of wine.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So, Sherrill Flaum here. I live on Long Island, in case you can't tell by the accent. I native Long Islander. I go out east a bunch. Yes, to the wineries. I've always been very into wine, learning about wine. And I started in the wine industry about 7 years ago. I am an advertising person through and through. This joke may not land, but I started because I wanted to get into advertising a la Angela Bauer from Who's the Boss, because she was like a really powerful advertising woman. Big hair, very cool shoulder pads, lived that advertising life. So advertising and my love for wine kind of brought me to where I am now. And I am WSET 2 certified. I'm currently taking a certification class for California wines. I'm very lucky that I get to travel the world and go to trade shows. I go to one in Germany and one in Italy. So I get to learn all about the different regions and what's happening there. And it's just such an incredibly complex world out there, but so fun. And the people are just incredible. And that's where we're at today.
Wait, before we move on, I just want to point out that our first person that we ever had interview on the show, Anthony Dale, in a previous episode, named Fraser as his inspiration for getting into the wine world. And you just named Who's the Boss as a major part of getting advertising. I just want to point out the power of like 80s and 90s sitcoms, apparently, on the future of our hosts. You know,
isn't that funny?
Yes, you see, I've actually here with shoulder pads that I'm rocking behind me.
Love it.
Amazing.
With light.
Very cool.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you're in advertising. You're obviously very into wine, California wine certification, which again, this is like my ignorance. I did not realize that there was like wine certification and like regional wine
everywhere.
certification. Just there's everything, right? Like, but like what has sparked your passion to like move into the wine aspect of advertising? Like you mentioned getting certified, but like is wine just your thing? Did you land into it through your advertising roles? Like why wine?
So my whole career I've been in media advertising, and I did everything and worked on accounts that were cars, finance, baby products, makeup, lotions, all of that fun stuff. And wine was something I hadn't really touched upon. And prior to where I currently am, I actually worked at TV Guide, another throwback, TV Guide magazine.
Wow.
The guy.
Yeah. Still kicking. I got to meet all of my favorite celebrities. Another Mariska Hargitay, another one who I love.
Amazing.
SVU fan through.
Yeah.
Entertainment was a huge passion of mine. Food and beverage and fashion. So check the entertainment box. I'm still in there, obviously, where I'm hanging out with you guys, so I'm entertained. But
for now,
wine just
we'll see how you feel in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, so the food and beverage, fashion, entertainment, all my jams, and entertainment done. So here, wine. I've been taken over by wine, and then the fashion tie-in here is where I started my own little side hustle. So I love what I'm doing, and it's a pretty great experience.
That's super cool. And you mentioned just you love what you're doing. I think it's obvious when you look at the Sauvy B brand and the website. It's just fun and cool. And one thing that stuck out to me too when we first started interacting with you and kind of going, getting more familiar with Sauvy B is I think emphasizing kind of the cool and the approachable side of wine, which very much aligned to, and maybe the reason that we thought it was so cool from the beginning, it aligned with what we were trying to do on this podcast, is really just kind of poke through that pretentiousness that can be out there and just show that it is cool and it is fun. So
no snobbery here.
Exactly. And I kind of, even getting into this, I sort of expected to find more and more, and the more people that we talk to, just the cooler things are. So,
I get it. The whole snobbery thing is like the huge annoyance for me. I can't take it.
Well, same here. And I guess, so my question is, the more you've gotten into it, I mean, have you found that, what we're kind of sensing is the case, that more people than not are really kind of cool and just doing it for the love of wine?
Yes, absolutely. You'll always still have the people that will tell you they know so much more than you over and over and over again. I come across that all the time. But you like what you like, and you drink what you want to drink.
I do want to name something cool for the listener, for if we release videos of this episode, like people are going to notice that we're all drinking a similar looking wine, because we actually all got the same bottle today. So we are all drinking the Matua Sauvignon Blanc under Sherrill suggested this is one that she likes. And, we're not going to do our full review today, because today we're just going to kind of talk about Sauvignon Blanc in general and what we like about it. But we're all enjoying the same bottle together. So this is what we're drinking today.
It didn't cost us a lot of money.
No, it did not.
Absolutely.
I think this was like $11.99 for me.
Yep.
Right there.
Yep. Same.
I think it's like $9 for me.
I was gonna say 10.
We get that. Yeah. We get that Northeast tax up here. I've noticed. I got some bottles that are a little bit more expensive, and I've actually kind of noticed that often when it's like a New Zealand, Australia, like maybe I don't know, would it be crazy if it comes through Florida or something like that? Because it almost feels like stuff from Australia is actually more expensive up here for some reason.
And, a little side question, too, that I had for you, Sherrill. What was it about Sauvy B that sort of led you to, build the brand around Sauvy B?
Oh,
Why not Pinot G? Come on, there's so many alliterations out there. Future shirt.
I have a ain't nothing but a Pinot G thang baby sweatshirt.
I didn't know that. Look at that. It's just
Love it.
creative flow happening right now. That's all it is.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
Yes. I may talk to you about hiring you after the call, so ideas be flowing. Yeah. So I am a suburban mom, and I've got friends that we hang out with. We have our wine nights, and I'm surrounded by wine all the time. But it's nice to just like have a chill out with my friends and bring a bottle, just try. And there's a lot of rosés. There was a lot of like standard cabs, Pinot Noirs, but Sauvignon Blanc was one that I always brought to my hangouts. It was just like Sauvy B, Sauvy B, Sauvy B. So much that like when I walk into a house, people would say Sauvy B. So it became like a thing. And I was like, I'm going to make myself a shirt because this is becoming a thing. And I just went online one night and I was like, I'm going to make myself a shirt. It'll be so funny. And I made the shirt, and a lot of my friends said, that's so cute. How do I get one? So I was like, I'll just make it. I'll just throw it up on Etsy, and then you guys can just pick out your own. And first it was a t-shirt, and then I started wearing it, and then it was a tank top for the gym that people were asking for, and then a hoodie, and then Sauvy B was just Sauvy B. That was all it was. And even at my wedding, my husband and I drank Matua at the altar.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
This is a special one.
It should be, but it's not. And I had it spritzed down, though, which is even more of a snobbish no-no. But I had to, maintain some sort of not in my wedding.
It's a long day. It's a long day. Yeah.
Yes. So this became my go-to anytime anyone asks, what should I have? I don't want to buy something that's so expensive, but I like, easing into things. Or I drink sweet and I want to try something a little different. Like there's like that passage that you go through when it's like, I only drink sweet Riesling. Can I try something else? Why don't you try something that tastes more like citrus? That's a little bit of an easier glass to swallow. So Sauvy B, my thing. And I just brought Matua wherever I went, and I would just always recommend it. So once that happened, I wanted to start telling my friends more and more, like, you like this one. It's from New Zealand. It's got a very specific flavor profile. There's California. There's Chile. There's Sancerre. Like, let's open it up even more because I learned so much. Why don't I share more of that with you? And it's not scary stuff. I'm not saying close your eyes and tell me what region this is from of some random country, but it's easy eating and porch pounding, which we all love. So
absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely. I love the story, and I feel so special to be sharing such a special bottle of wine with you on this one. That's so cool to know why.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I love it.
Another fun fact, one of our dates, my husband only drank beer before we started dating. One of our dates when we were on maybe our second bottle of Matua, they brought it over in one of those fancy, like silver buckets on the stand.
Sure.
Very
and
nice.
I was so cool. And I got up to go to the friend and knocked the whole thing over, went flying all over the restaurant. Like, well, it's a good, unexpensive bottle because that would have been even worse than it already is.
I love it. Love it.
Yeah, right. Those are the best moments in an early date. Your husband was probably like, "Yep,
of course,
we're married, 100%."
Box to put in $1 bill to put on my classic rock so that everybody in the bar could listen to my music.
That's awesome.
So,
that's awesome.
This love runs deep for Sauvignon Blanc and for Matua.
So, man, so what is it about? Like, let's talk about Sauvignon Blanc a little bit. Like, what is it about? Now, do you ever cheat on Sauvignon Blanc with like other wines? Like, or is this like?
I have to. It's not my choice always, but I do sometimes. It's my go-to, no problem at all. But I'm not gonna have a Matua when I'm eating a steak.
Sure,
it just doesn't feel right.
Yep.
I can drink Matua before I eat my steak.
Absolutely.
It's a clear palate.
Yeah.
Could be a nice little aperitivo leading into the red wine change up that I usually do. So I do play both sides there. And a rosé here and there.
Well, you got to have some variety too, right? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you should see our basement. There's so much wine in there. It's like, it's insanity.
Nice.
I'm jealous.
Collecting that we do over time and just from work and samples and fun stuff that I have here.
I'm jealous
awesome.
of the inventory, and also, not gonna lie, kind of jealous that you have a basement. I really would love to have one down here. Yeah.
Note to the listeners, people in Florida don't get basements because they live in a giant swamp and their house will sink.
I should be offended, but it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't
I know that you,
be offended.
it sounded mean, but it was just accurate.
Yeah.
Is your preference for Sauvignon Blanc, is your preference New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc? That's your go-to?
Yeah, I don't know. I happen to love citrus in general. I'm a big Nooner fan. High Noon, I know that's not a wine, but big Nooner fan. I talk about that all the time too. I always go for the citrus flavors, the grapefruit, the lime. Big fan of that. And the grapefruit and lime kind of continues throughout my palate all the time whenever I'm choosing cocktails. Paloma, I go that route too. So
Yep.
a standard citrusy Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand is who I am through and through.
Love it.
Yeah. So Sauvignon, now I'm going to turn to Sauvignon Blanc. Am I allowed to ask what regions
Yes.
you prefer? And I will take offense because I'm not from New Zealand. If you don't say New Zealand.
I mean, honestly, I was gonna say same kind of thing, because I've always loved like a lot of acid, and definitely like, you know, at least in my Sauv Blancs, which has been one of my favorite white wines for a very long time. You know, that they're like you were saying, very citrus forward, usually very sharp, very refreshing. I don't like when they get, you know, maybe it's French Sauv Blancs where they get a little creamier, and you know, maybe, I don't know if they see some oak or whatever it is, and in New Zealand they're all in steel or whatever that is.
Well,
it turns me away a little bit. So I think I'm in your camp, Sherrill, with the New Zealand Sauv Blancs.
vote in my camp.
I also love New Zealand Sauv Blancs, but I'm also a sucker for a little bit of like green notes in my Sauvignon Blanc. So I'm a big fan of Sancerre. You know, it's just it's such a different wine than what we're trying right now. You get a lot of those same flavor notes from the citrus, but then you also have like an undertone of that greenness, which I absolutely love.
Are you talking like grassy or are you talking like green pepper?
Both. I like it all, really. I'm kind of strange in that way. I went to one of my local wine shops. I was like, do you have anything with some pyrazines in it? Which is like the flavor compound that makes those grassy notes. And he's like, no, we don't have anything like that. I was like, oh, okay. All right, well.
I was like, green pepper came to life in my mouth. I was like, that's what everyone's been talking about. Yeah. There it is.
Yeah, I love it.
I did not realize how much I liked that aspect of wine until the episode where we did the black box Sauvignon Blanc, and yeah, you know, you did not love it, but like one of the things that you hated it.
Yeah,
but I enjoyed it. And because you snobbery over there. But one of the flavors that we named was really prevalent in that one was that like jalapeno, like peppery kind of aspect of it. And I'm like, oh shoot, like I really actually like that about like white wines. And when we did the Vino Verde, also had like obviously like a much better, albeit $5. We'll name it repeatedly, like great purchase. Like every time I go to Total Wine, I buy all the bottles they have because they only ever have like 2 or 3 left when I get there. But Castle Garcia Vino Verde's like $5.95. Great wine, very similar, and has that very like grassy, peppery like.
I listened to your pod on that, of course, and the effervescence of the Vino Verde also.
Yeah, so good.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Such a cool experience. Yeah.
See, true fan, breaking out the fandom.
Yeah, I love that. It's awesome.
Appreciate it so much.
Yes.
I feel warm and tingly right now, and it's not because I'm mostly done with the bottle of wine.
Doesn't hurt.
So I think we can all agree that we love Sauvignon Blanc. I don't think there's any doubt about that. So why don't we go ahead and get, as I say that, Aaron's had tasted almost all of his wine. Let's go ahead and get into this one and talk about it a little bit. Aaron, since you've probably had the most so far, do you want to start us off with some tasting notes?
Yes, and I am going to name, I'm panicking a little bit internally because I assumed because it was a Sauvignon Blanc, this was going to be like 11.5% or something that wasn't going to mess me up, but this is a 13% wine. So I'm just going to name that ahead of time. So surprise, everybody. And so I will start with my tasting note. This is a very well-balanced wine. I did not smell the alcohol at all. But no, very citrusy, very light, really enjoying it. Nice amount of acidity. It's very light citrus smell. Yeah, I won't say much more than that, but just and it's also I just noticed like from when we first poured it to like keep drinking it, just really tasty.
Delish.
Yeah. Sherrill, do you want to get in on this?
Oh yes. Love the citrus also. This, it even says on the bottle to enjoy it in the sunshine.
Oh,
So it is porch pounding. Give me those kind of notes as well.
We appreciate you so much.
I am digging all of the cravings that I'm having now for seafood too.
Yeah.
So I think we all know how I feel about this Matua. And actually, I saw that they have cocktails you can make out of it too. Like I saw you could actually
Well, that's
add a
fun.
little bit of grapefruit to it. There's a bunch of different things they have going on, but this wine also, I think it comes in a little spritz can too, or
Oh,
something fun I'd like to try too.
that's like tailgate central right there. That's what I want to be doing with that one.
absolutely.
And that's so funny too, 'cause we like joked about making like margaritas with like very like citrusy wine before, and I didn't follow through on that thread. But like just the concept of making like a cocktail using wine is very intriguing to me.
Oh yes, seen a bunch of those, and I mean we were talking about Palomos before too. I bet you this could fit
Oh,
somehow
that'd be so
in.
good.
100%. For sure.
So, Sherrill, let me ask you, would you certify this as a certified porch pounder? Would you stamp it?
I wish I had like a bell to ding, like ding ding
We
ding,
could put that
certified
on.
porch pounder.
We can put that in. Look at this.
Yes.
I would ring it.
Where did you
but
get
my
that?
9-month-old is
Where did-
one room over, so I'm not going
Not
to,
now.
but we'll add it later.
Please ring
Yes.
the bell. This is a certified porch pounder.
Love it.
Yeah, look at that sticker.
First
Yes,
guest
sir.
celebrity certification of a porch pounder here. You heard
This
it
is
here.
my next tattoo, maybe.
Oh, I love
That's-
it.
Oh.
Are you gonna get it on the cheeks? Dude, that's
Absolutely.
perfect.
Yeah. Let's,
Like this,
Yeah, that's
maybe.
right there.
That's
Yeah.
perfect.
Right under the
Very
one of those
appropriate
bad
for
boys.
a
Yeah.
conference.
Yes, absolutely.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they're not going to tell you. They're not going to give you any negative information. You walk in with neck tattoos, and they're like, "Your kid's awesome."
Absolutely, they'll be scared. Except, full disclosure, the teachers of my children, I've been gifting them lots of wine, and they've been thrilled with me to begin with. So,
That's
It is-
perfect.
That's
there you go.
for the listener at home. As an educator myself,
oh, yep.
give your teachers alcohol. Do
Uh-huh.
not buy them ties. Don't buy them scarves. Don't
Well-
give. I mean, a secondary like Starbucks gift card, Dunkin' Donuts gift card, cool,
Yeah,
cool.
You need
cool,
that.
cool.
You need that in the morning.
Sure.
Totally. But otherwise, send your child to school awkwardly with a bottle of wine in their backpack.
I am doing something right. Usually, I drop it off at the security guard.
That's the right thing to do, yeah.
That's
Yes,
probably
except
the better
my
thing.
girls have shirts that said "My mom loves Sauvy B" with the Sauvy B logo
That's awesome.
Love
That's
that.
amazing.
on the side. They do not wear it to school. I will not
Cool.
allow them. But them, some of their friends, I got them the shirts. So all my mom friends that love the Sauvy B stuff too, the wine, they all have.
Do you have a onesie in that?
I made one for my nephew. If you'd like one,
Love.
yours as well. I also made my dog, who you saw. I made him a sweatshirt.
Oh, that's incredible.
amazing.
Yeah.
I
Mhm. Doesn't stop. It doesn't stop.
Love it. Joel, do you have anything to add as far as flavor notes are concerned?
Yeah, just that, I was talking about how I love that acidity. And boy, this has that in spades, super dry, super acidic. I love that. And just so tropical. We've all been talking about the citrusiness, but there's a little bit of just like a really nice kind of, sweeter aspect in there to me, like a pineapple-iness that's coming through that I love. So it's very enjoyable. I see why this has been one of your go-to, Sherrill.
Oh, my little baby, this Matua. Come with me a long way.
Yeah, it's delightfully New Zealand. This, it's just like you guys have said, everything we've said so far, just bright and refreshing, and certified porch pounder. Drink this one outside.
Yep. Well, you got to know. You got to know.
That's right. All right. Well, I think it'd be a good time to circle back, Sherrill, back into Sauvy B. I know you've talked a little bit about it before. The brand, of course, we've been drinking Sauvy B, but just kind of refresh us with what you're doing, where we can find you.
Oh, no, that means this is coming to an end, doesn't it?
Doesn't
Tear.
have to.
I mean, I got like a 25% of this bottle left, so I'll be on this call until I go to bed.
My kids are sleeping. Everything's great over here. This is fun.
We can
Perfect.
hang out as long as you like.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
We just don't want to keep you on the hook
No.
for too long. So yeah.
I am good. I will promote myself, and then we can go back to porch pounding together
Cool.
at our desk.
Love this.
So you can find everything at SauvyBshop.com. Follow us, on Instagram at _Sauvy B_ because somebody took Sauvy B,
Oh,
which is rude.
I'm gonna get rid of them.
Yeah, yes.
How fair.
I'm
Like,
just
dear
gonna keep reporting them for bullying until they go away.
Yes.
Yeah.
Later. And I am working on a kind of a fresh look for the new spring summer season. I was just kind of easing into things last year. Sauvy B as a clothing brand is only a year and a half old.
Wow.
I was gonna ask. That's amazing. What
Yes.
incredible growth.
Thank you. Yeah, started on Etsy and it was just getting to be pretty big on Etsy. So I had over 150 sales on Etsy. You know, that kind of setup, they take money away from each sale. So I was like, you know what? I got to learn how to build my own website. I'm going to do it. I went over, built my own website, and now that's where I'm working out of. So we have an email list. So if anyone wants to come learn about new products that are coming out, like my cool new spring summer line, go sign up for the emails. And we started retro. We're going a little 90s this coming season. We're focusing more on vibrant Sauvy B type colors. And you'll see a lot of the wines in the stores are in that turquoise family. And that's where I'm loving up right now. I also, some of the more winter type stuff is going out. I had an après-ski cool sweatshirt that people were wearing on the slopes.
So cool.
I saw that. I had to ask my wife what that meant, and then she explained it to me, and now I'm slightly cooler.
Yes. I went with my family, fell, and they all laughed at me, including the children. So I want to participate in après-ski at least. And then the red wine weather shirt also going out for the season, but coming back probably. But go check it out. We got a lot of cool Sauvy B stuff, whether you like a hoodie, you like a baseball tee. That's one of my favorites. Lightweight, super comfy, soft. Yeah. It's kind of like interesting to promote yourself.
Yeah.
I love my stuff though. And I sit at night and create stuff and put it in my notes app and say, in the morning, I'm going to get to this because this is my own little baby that I have besides my full-time job, besides my family, besides the kids. Like, it's just, this is my own little thing. My husband is so kind. He helps me print stuff, but I'm always reaching out to people, trying to get the word out, trying to celebrate Sauvy B and make people drink more of it.
100%. I'll tell you right now, I'm making it our goal, guys. We have to get on the Sauvy B squad page right here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. When we're
Yes.
Do you
together,
need three
next.
very pale models? Like, because we
I have
are.
the lot on there. Go check out the squad. You check it out. Yeah.
we're gonna get
I've got
on there.
males. Oh, I know, again, cocktail focus, but I have a cool like Manhattan cocktail t-shirt that a lot of dudes love.
I love the
Ooh,
Manhattan.
Dredged whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the terroir
No,
one with the 3 different color mountain situation. That was
Yes,
cool.
I was wearing that before today, actually.
Nice.
Yeah. And in the wine space, I actually made a little highlight on my Instagram to talk about terroir and what that is, because if people are coming for like, maybe they've only drank rosé and they're like, I really love rosé. What the heck does this mean? Or what is this weird shirt that she made? They
Yeah,
can go in and learn about terroir and why it's important.
absolutely. So
Dropping
cool.
knowledge here and there.
Yes.
You gotta make you gotta get those words out to be normal so that they're not just owned by the pretentious people.
Yeah. I
No.
did make a whole wine geek line that didn't sell one sweatshirt or t-shirt, but I got them and thought they were really funny. So
I feel like
at least
that
they
would
made
sell.
me laugh.
Yeah, for sure.
If anything, I'm gonna get Colin one for Christmas.
Yeah,
There we go. I've got a whole arsenal of ones I came up with.
100%.
That is my life.
They're like, they
wine
see me barolling. That one.
Love that.
I love that. I tried to pop
That's
two in there.
awesome.
You go rolling. That is
rolling.
phenomenal. Love that. That's so funny.
So,
Now, because
Thank
you do the printing yourself, right? So you can come up with all these designs, and if no one orders them, you know, like you're like, okay, I have the design out there, but if someone's really into it, you can like crank
Yes.
it out and be like, let's go.
I come up with so many, and then if people are interested in it, then I order the prints, do all that kind of stuff. But otherwise, it just hangs out in the abyss, and I just look at it and smile because I'm happy of the thing I created, and at least it made you laugh, right?
Yeah, well, I think
Absolutely.
that's such a great model though, to be able to be like, I can kind of like put these different ideas out there, because like no one's gonna bat 100. Like, it's going
Oh
to
yeah,
be
I don't know
bat
story.
1,000. God, not a baseball fan. Like no one's gonna bat 1,000. Yeah, and like you can put out all these things out there, and
Yeah. I try to test things out. I say like, do you like this? Put it in the story. Come up with the idea. Come up with the design. Like I have the Nooner Time shirt I just put out. And again, Nooner fan, has a double entendre if you get it, but if you don't, you'll...
I'm hit.
Yes, you get it. So people loved. Barstool did a whole like March Madness bracket on the flavors of High Noons. I just shared that and then was like, "Are you into this? What do you have a favorite flavor? Are you a Nooner fan?" And then they were like, "Yay!"
Nice.
Other ones I put like, "No," and then I hear crickets, and I'm like, "Okay, this one's not."
Isn't it funny what like takes off and what hits a chord and what doesn't?
All right, y'all, we knew this was going to be a good one, but we didn't know how good. This is awesome. Sherrill, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. We thought it was going to be an interview, and it just turned out to be just a really great hangout. We are so excited to have you. Once again, for our listeners out there, like, Sauvy B is just such a great brand. Go on, see what they have. We're looking forward to, collaborating and working together. And Sherrill, you are invited back whenever you want to come back.
100%.
Yeah.
Best compliment ever. So thank you so much. I will be coming back every episode. Hope you don't mind.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
You are
100%. We'll just give you the link. Like, just log on whenever you want.
forwarding the
Here I am.
invite right now. Yeah.
I'll be a bottle of Sauvy B deep every time I enter the conversation.
Nice.
So,
Perfect. Nice.
Love it. Love it.
Joe, any last minute, anything else, any shout outs, anything you want to make sure we plug? We just appreciate you very much.
Oh, appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for having me. SauvybShop.com. Go visit, play around. Send us a DM on Instagram if you have ideas. If you want to see something, if there's something we're missing, always here to hear you, to make everybody happy and continue to porch pound together.
Yes.
So, is everything. And yes, stay tuned for a collab between all of us very soon.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
You heard it
Can't wait.
here. Yep.
Cheryl, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you, Sherrill. It's been an
So
absolute
much
pleasure.
fun.
Wow, guys, that was an amazing interview. Just so much fun. It was just a blast. It didn't even
2 for
feel...
2, baby.
I feel like we were just friends forever. She just hung out. It was just so cool. It was just a really fun time.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It wasn't like it was an interview. It was like a hang where we asked a couple questions, to be honest with
For
you.
sure.
It just felt very natural and very cool. What a great time.
Yeah, it was great. And what the listener wouldn't know is like we chatted for we started 30 minutes late because we were all just chatting and getting to know each other beforehand. And then we hung out for another 30 minutes after the episode.
Yeah, it was nice.
So excited to continue this relationship with Sherrill. Really excited about, apparently now we're going to have an upcoming Sauvy B X Stop Wasting Your Wine. Some outfits coming your way. Really excited about that collaboration.
And I'll tell you what, I'm no lie, I think I'm gonna go out there and get me one of them. I want that terroir shirt. SauvybShop.com if you want to check out what she's got going on. Some really, really cool designs and just some fun stuff out there.
Totally. Follow her on Instagram. Make sure you check her out, share it with your friends. Really great stuff. All very reasonably priced too.
Yep.
By the way.
And just a lovely person.
Lovely person. You want to support good people, and she is good people. Speaking of Instagram, Aaron.
Speaking of supporting good people.
Speaking of supporting good people and Instagram.
We as good people.
That's a A+ segue.
Really good.
Aaron, do you want to tell the people where they can find and interact with Stop Wasting Your Wine?
Yes. As always, please follow us at Stop Wasting Your Wine on Instagram. Check us out, stopwastingyourwine.com. We have our updated reviews on the website. You can get a little more details about the wines themselves. Send us a message on Instagram, by the way. I always respond. I am typing on the other side of those DMs and would love to answer questions, would love to take recommendations. Would love any feedback folks have about the episodes. And if you are a wine producer or you have a wine podcast or you do anything with wine at all and would love to come on our show, reach out. We are always trying to find new ways and new people to just celebrate the work we're doing here. So get in contact with us. If you're a Facebook person, Colin guards that territory with his life. And, if you ever want to shoot us an email, stopwastingyourwine@gmail.com. There's a new one. TikTok, Stop Wasting Your Wine.
All right. Well, again, big thanks to Sherrill. Check out Sauvy B, and we will catch you next week.
Bye, all.
And remember, stop wasting your wine.
Bye.